Am I in therapy? Yeah, you know, I need a mod.
Maybe the death of Aaron Carter was set to happen decades before it did happen. We could see it like a truck coming down a dirt road, and it finally showed up. Not many child stars have made it into older adulthood, from being a child star to having a healthy career into adulthood. For many, the odds are death. Aaron's life was sadly for many years was a broken bridge that he could never cross. The last weeks and days of Aaron's life was spent with the public. Aaron seemingly going live on TikTok, talking to people, in his own way reaching out for help, looking for attention. You could see that Aaron was in a bad way. Many people knew the damage was done years before that with Aaron. There's many different elements to his life. You can find a sad story or Aaron playing the blame game on everyone around him. But those are the shots that come with the child star that was used as a money machine and tossed when temptation led to addiction. Aaron was with us most of the time those last days, alive, and when he disappeared, people were looking for him. So when the moment came, seeing Aaron's death right in front of us, it was personal for many. He was there, and then he was gone. This is the last time we saw Aaron Carter alive.
Mod. My mommy gave me a bug. I know you got a lion tattooed on you too, but I got it on my neck, bro, and I fell asleep during that tattoo. Alright? Not one tear. I felt you coming on my page saying I'm a nobody? But you're here.
Tonight, singer-turned-rapper Aaron Carter has died. Police found the 34-year-old inside his Southern California home.
The start of Aaron Carter is the happy side of his life. It's the part that many of us can remember. Aaron breaking out on TV, being right there when we were watching our favorite cartoon shows. It's odd because Aaron was always there in one way or another, if you were around his age, showing up in the news, podcasts, good, bad. You never really could escape the Aaron Carter news. But with that, you also saw the transformation of Aaron from a kid, singing and dancing, and growing into a young man, not as famous as he once was, and the sound of his time he had passed with the time. Aaron's songs didn't fit the young man's life and voice that he had turned into. The child Aaron Carter was loved by fans and could sell out shows and had hit songs, but the young man, he was lost to the world. When Aaron was in his teens and still famous for his music, the light was fading fast as he was forced to play clubs and low-paying events to continue to live off music. But this is where trouble started to show itself. Aaron, along with his brother, who found himself away from the big spotlight, went into a deal to do reality TV with his family. Aaron and Nick, being the stars and focused on, along with their mother by their side, had a brief moment in reality TV. The show captured staged moments with the brothers that were set up. That was nothing more than good old TV antics. But it was also seen that real fights broke out between Nick and Aaron that were unstaged, to where the two would lash out towards the other one. In the long run of the show, it didn't seem to help either of them with their careers, and really, it just seemed to damage it. It showed too much chaos in the family, with troubles that were going on with the brothers, but it was also giving us a glimpse into Aaron going into adulthood, but not acting like an adult. Oddly enough, Aaron's relationship with his brother has probably been more documented than any other brother relationship on reality TV, from the time they were children together, to young men, to the last moments of them being together publicly. But with the reality TV show as well, it gave us a glimpse into the relationship for the first time with Aaron and his mother, that from this point on would be a hot topic with Aaron, and where he would take the conversations about his family. Aaron's anger towards his family is heard and seen really throughout much of his 20s, till his last days even. At the end of Aaron's life, his relationship with his brother Nick was on the rocks, as Nick was getting his career back on track, reforming with the Backstreet Boys and on tours. And Aaron's actions were not good for Nick's outlook or his family that didn't need any more rock attention. Not only was Aaron constantly in the wrong spotlight, but they still couldn't escape the death of their sister in 2012 from an overdose herself. Aaron was more than willing to throw rocks at his brother in interviews, saying that there were problems and family secrets that he was going to tell all. The relationship with Aaron and his mother was truly that of a mother's love for wrong reasons and right reasons, and Aaron acting like a lost son that needed his mother. Aaron made it known in interviews that he felt used as a child, being over-toured and the breadwinner for his family. But Aaron and his mother were inseparable and were there for the other one till the end. It's hard to truly point fingers at one when Aaron was put into hard positions as a child, but given opportunities that many children never had in a life that was full of luxury. But in that, it built anger in Aaron and put walls up with reality with Aaron as well, interrupting his growth into adulthood. And much of this is where drugs come into play. Aaron talks about this moment of becoming an addict. It's easy to say that Aaron almost died more than 10 times in his 20s from addiction, and with many public moments of embarrassment. One plague that Aaron had following him in his life was that of people comparing him to Justin Bieber and asking why they weren't friends or collaborate with each other. People knew the answer. They just wanted to stir up drama with Aaron in interviews because they knew it irritated him. When Aaron was asked the question in many interviews throughout the years, at first, he was respectful with it, talking about Justin Bieber, praising him and saying how he wanted to work with him. But soon, later in Aaron's life, that started to slip away, and Aaron became much more blunt about the conversation. His hatred for Justin would come out, especially when Aaron was on TikTok Live. Aaron talked about how he paved the road for Justin Bieber, and that Justin stole Aaron's look, sound, fashion. He was mad about this, and he started to make it public, even trying to tempt Justin Bieber to publicly say something about himself. In a way though, Aaron was right. He should have been the Justin Bieber of his generation. For a moment it looked like he was going to be. There was a moment when Aaron was unstoppable. He was really the first of his kind. But something went terribly wrong in his teenage years, where everything went wrong and the shadow of Justin Bieber became an open wound in Aaron's life that he hated to talk about. The last week of Aaron's life, he does one last interview. He's on Adam 22's podcast. Aaron was a regular on the podcast, so much so that when you go back and look at prior episodes, you can see the decline of Aaron. But this last appearance on the Adam 22 podcast, even Adam himself was concerned about Aaron. While doing the interview, Aaron is slurring his words and aggressive at times and very paranoid. Aaron is obviously under the influence and drinking while doing the interview. Aaron really just does what Aaron does. He talks about himself, what he's done, how famous he is, how rich he is. Typical drug addict behavior. But Aaron talks about what's coming too, his new music. It's obvious while Aaron is talking, he's completely out of his mind. It's not a rational thinking person. In this interview too, Aaron shares that his child has just been taken away from him. Aaron doesn't seem too concerned and really doesn't want to talk about it, just more about himself. Even so much so that Adam 22 pushes back at Aaron, asking him, is he going to get his baby back? The interview still to this day is a very sad hour in Aaron's life because we see him at his worst and know he has less than a week to live. But it's in this moment too where something is showing itself. At the end of Aaron's life, in this moment, we see once again that Aaron is transforming right in front of us. His face, his look, his tattoos, even the bone structure in his face. Everything is transforming in front of us into the next phase of Aaron. It's just this one. This is the one that he would die with. Almost a year to the day of Aaron's son's birth, Aaron would slip into a slow death. When Aaron arrives back home from his last podcast appearance, elements start to take place that will be revealed in later days. Aaron's home, he's depressed and out of his mind with his addiction. It seems to be that he's loaded most of the time. In that same week, Aaron had been enrolled in an outpatient rehab. This was a start to see if Aaron could get his son back. But Aaron was such in a bad place with his addiction, he really never even started the process. On November 4th, the day before his passing, he was supposed to have a therapy session, but he never showed up for the meeting. The last time we see Aaron go live on TikTok, it's actually multiple times the last week of his life. He's angry, paranoid, out of his mind, same behavior, but just seems to be getting worse He's so public about what's happening now. He's lost all control of reality and his own actions. It's Aaron Carter that we've never even seen, even in his worst moments in the past. On November 5th, Aaron was 34 years old and on the path to make a terrible mistake. Somewhere in that time frame, the day in particular wasn't special. Aaron was up to his normal antics as usual. He was on pills, alcohol, and huffing, really just staying in a constant phase of a walking zombie. Aaron was also using compressed gas from spray cans, something that he had admitted to years back on an interview, saying that he had started using that at around age 16. Aaron had inhaled so much of this right before his death, it was still found in his lungs in his autopsy. But in this moment, Aaron decides to take a bath. He goes to his bathroom. While home alone, he climbs into his jacuzzi bathtub with jets on to relax him. The water was hot and deep, essentially being the trigger to what would happen next. As Aaron climbs into his tub, really we don't know what happens moment by moment, but more than likely it happens fast. We do know that this is when Aaron, due to every element he has done before climbing into the tub alone, with hot water and jets running, Aaron laying in the tub falls into a sleep, a very deep sleep, the heat allowing his blood pressure to relax, increasing substance in his blood already, and from that moment, his head sinks underwater and Aaron would drown in his tub. He lays in the tub for hours underwater. The water stays hot and the jet continues to run the whole time. Aaron's body is slowly cooking in his tub now. His skin becomes so wrinkled and met with friction from the jets and warm water. His skin starts to peel off and bio from his body starts to leak. The scene is unpleasant when he's found. But Aaron isn't found until a housekeeper stops by to see if he wants coffee. When she knocks at the front door, no one answers. She takes her key, opens the door, walks in the house, and finds Aaron in his tub. This is when the world slowly starts to learn what they have feared, that Aaron Carter has found death. Fast but slowly, the platform TikTok that Aaron was just on hours before is now the main news stream for his death. Aaron's body is cremated and his ashes are sent to his sister, and that's really the end of the story of Aaron Carter. No matter what you thought of Aaron at the end of his life, he left behind a young son and someone that could have cleaned up their life, found meaning, found the right help. Aaron could just never find the right road. He lost his way as a kid, and the pressures and temptations of fame and money were there his whole life, and they took the best of him. The sad story of Aaron Carter.